Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is the Blockchain Backer bringing you the latest cryptocurrency news and analysis. And it's time for a weekend update. My family has stepped away for most of the day, so I have enough time here to kind of go through these charts and take a look at it. We'll kind of review the things that I'm seeing as we head into the new week. So we'll be getting our candle close here on the weekly time frame throughout the cryptocurrency market. It has been a wild week in crypto. Over here on Bitcoin, we've seen a $14,000 price swing just in this week. I'll show you that right here. There's been over $14,000 in price action over here on Bitcoin. So it's been kind of a wild ride throughout the rest of the cryptocurrency market. When we look at these altcoins, that there's been just ups and downs in double digits. Today's turn seems to be the privacy coins. Yesterday's turns was EOS and Bitcoin Cash. And the days prior, you had XRP. And yesterday afternoon, XRP had a pop. And really, it's just kind of moving all around in this market right now. So it's really big chaos throughout the cryptos and throughout the different altcoins. And in my opinion, I think we're kind of starting to see the very beginning stages of what happens in an alt season. I don't think we're quite there yet. There's still some stuff I'm looking to happen over here on Bitcoin, but we sure are getting close to that time, and we're getting kind of those early things starting to happen over there in the altcoins before it does. So one of the things I'm going to be looking for in the next week is whether or not we're going to get that really big pullback in Bitcoin. My expectations are still that Bitcoin has higher to climb before it has its really big pullback. I do think we're seeing somewhat of a little bit of a correction going on right now. Who knows how low this can go? Is it going to come all the way back down into the lower 30s or mid 30s? It's possible. I'm really looking more towards, where are we going to find that big moment? And for me, that big moment is wherever Bitcoin has a big monstrous crash. I don't think we're having that right now. I don't think we're having that from right here. Usually, whenever we have that big monstrous crash, it's going to come after something really parabolic happens. And when we look on this, yes, it has been grinding up. It has been grinding up like crazy, but there wasn't an actual like blow off top moment. And that's really what I'm kind of looking for, is more of like an actual blow off moment. And I just don't think we've had that yet in this market. And I think it will still come, and I'm going to expect it to come from higher prices. But either way, it's the thing that I'm keeping my eye out for, right? Whether or not we do get it, whether or not we don't get it. What we've seen historically in this market is that Bitcoin eventually has some type of monstrous pullback. And when that monstrous pullback happens, once it reaches that bottom and it starts moving its way back up, that's where alt season happens. And this has happened in the 2013 bull market, and it's happened in the 2017 bull market, is that Bitcoin gets very parabolic, big crash comes in, and then as it grinds its way back up to go set its final new high on this big impulse that it has, that's where we see all the alts take off. So it's kind of a repeat of what I said at the end of the week, right? But it still is the big event that we're watching out for right now. At least that's what I'm watching out for right now. I think kind of the bigger thing that we've seen happen today, at least, or over the weekend, is how much those altcoins have really been moving to the upside. And then there's been a lot of fear kind of with Bitcoin at this price level. I've been getting messages, I've been seeing it on Twitter, people saying, you know what, I'm getting out. $40,000 may not be the top, but it's the top for me. I'm getting out. I've got people messaging me saying, I'm really nervous, I'm really uncomfortable here at these price points, and I get it. Prices are high. And it's cool to actually see that people are kind of getting that mindset together of, you know what, I'm getting uncomfortable. As the higher these prices go, the more uncomfortable I actually get. When things are really scary and in the depths of despair, as we had to deal with throughout most of 2018, 19, and 20, if you were accumulating during that time, you're doing fantastic. And then as these prices, and that's when it was really scary, right? It felt terrible to be buyer down there, but then as the prices get really high up, it feels terrible to be a holder into it, right? And you're kind of like, I want to sell into it. It means you got your mindset right? But then it comes down to the art of figuring out, well, where's the logical top at right now, right? We've kind of had a 2-day stall here in Bitcoin's price. We saw multiple days. What did we see? About 4 or 5 days of complete growth. Then we saw it completely stall. Now we're seeing kind of a back step right now. So lots of fear kind of showing up in there on people, whether or not, hey, am I going to hold this thing any longer at this point? Because as we've talked about on this channel for pretty much the last year, is that, Bitcoin does play such a huge role in this cryptocurrency market. And this time has been no different. And I hope we can all acknowledge that by this point, that now we're so deep into this market cycle, and that Bitcoin led the way. Once again, Bitcoin has been telling the story again, right? And that's what we did expect over here on this channel, is that Bitcoin would really tell the story of how the market would play out. And right now, with Bitcoin being so parabolic, it's safe, in my opinion, it's safe to say once that really big crash comes in Bitcoin, that the prices will go lower than what the prices are currently. So I understand why people are like, I want to get out now, I want to get out early, right? But then, you don't know how high that parabolic push up is going to happen right there at the end if we do get it, because this isn't a parabolic blow off top kind of structure right here, right? We don't see a parabola really building on even the smaller time frames. We just see it kind of still grinding up. Now, each grind continues to get a little bit more elevated and elevated and elevated and elevated. But as from a blow off top perspective, I'm just not seeing the blow off happen yet. But it does look like we're having some more consolidation here now at this point, right? And who knows how long it'll take, if it's going to just kind of pop out of here really fast or if it's going to stay in here for a week or two. We'll be watching that throughout the week. And I think everybody's kind of on high alert right now with how high these prices really are. One other thing to take notice that we talked about at the end of the week was how the total altcoin market cap has retraced back up to the 702 Fibonacci retracement level, right? And so when you're looking at a retracement, you say, okay, there's certain levels that have to get broken through before you can say it's in a bull market, or otherwise it's just a retrace of a bear market. Right now, the total altcoin market cap at its current location is just a retrace of the bear market. It hasn't taken out those last Fibonacci retracement levels. So there's a lot of nervousness right here on whether or not that thing is going to break out any higher. The optimistic thing to look at is what's happening with Ethereum, right? So from an altcoin perspective, Ethereum is the number one altcoin by market cap. It's the largest one. The only thing bigger than Ethereum is Bitcoin. So we look over here at Ethereum, the number one by market cap altcoin, and see it's taken them all out, right? So it's leading the way, it's heading up first, and it's taking all of them out. And not only that, but it's a big driving force of what that total altcoin market cap is. So Ethereum composes of a lot of the market cap of the total altcoin market cap. So one thing I like to do is I like to, over on charts.cointrader.pro, I'll take the whole total altcoin market cap and then I'll subtract Ethereum in itself. So we don't have Ethereum in here, we just have the rest of the altcoin market. And we can see that Ethereum is hanging out up here in this area way up here, right? But you can see that the total altcoin market cap besides Ethereum is still way down below these levels. So there's still a lot of catch up that needs to happen with the rest of this market to get up to where Ethereum is, about 100% rise for the whole market cap. And if we were just going to catch up to just where the actual market cap is, we're about 70% away. So there's still a lot of opportunity left for the remainder of the altcoins to just catch up to where Ethereum is. The big thing that's making people uncomfortable, and I can understand it, is that we're up here at the 702 Fibonacci retracement from the altcoin perspective. So this is a must break level. This is the level that decides everything, if whether or not we are in a bull market and heading to higher prices, or if we're just retracing the bear market. So just getting through the 702 isn't good enough, unfortunately. We have to get through that 786 to start like really getting super optimistic. And then of course taking out the all-time high is absolutely critical, because what's the point of taking out the fib retraces if you're not going to take out the all-time high? But right now, historically, I've shown it on this channel so many times how that 702 has always played such a huge deal. So we're there, we're at it, we've got to get through it. And now, of course, like with any type of market cycle, there's going to be your leaders, like we're talking about with Ethereum, and then there's going to be your laggards. And right now, XRP is obviously one of the laggards, right? So we take a look at the Fibonacci retracement and see that, oh my goodness, it has a long ways to go to actually catch up to the rest of the market. And if we did have a fair market value of what XRP would be compared to the total altcoin market cap, that price would be all the way up here at like $2.35. That would be a fair price compared to what the total altcoin market cap is. If it was up there near where Ethereum is, well, it'd be like near $3. But even just with the market cap, be right there at about $2.30. And if we were just there with the rest of the market minus Ethereum, we'd be up there over $1 right now. So right now, XRP is that laggard. And the question, of course, is whether or not, is it a good deal? Isn't it a good deal? From a price perspective, it's a phenomenal deal. You look here at the rest of the market and you say, holy cow, it's the discounted one. It's like the rotation opportunity of a lifetime. If you have something that's way up, selling it and then buying something that's way low, it's just like an incredible opportunity. But we all know the things that are going on with XRP right now. There's a lot of uncertainty, a lot of fear, and a lot of doubt, right? It's a perfect definition of FUD: fear, uncertainty, and doubt. And all of that exists with XRP right now as it's down at these prices, as it's the laggard from the rest of the market, right? But it's not unusual to see that XRP is the laggard. Now, this circumstance we're in is clearly unusual. I've never seen anything like this before, especially not with something in the top 5 cryptocurrencies. But for XRP to be the laggard, it's not actually that unusual. Right here, I've got a chart showing us what Bitcoin was doing and what the other altcoins were doing, and I've only got a handful of them here on the screen, but I wanted to show it to you that we can go back to 2013 and look at this thing right here. And right here, this purple one, this one is XRP, and this one is Litecoin, and this one down here is Purecoin. Now, look at what was happening with XRP. XRP was flat within its area for several months at this time as Bitcoin was rising higher and higher and higher, had a big knockback, and then finally XRP decided to go. And I marked that with this line right here, but you can see that Litecoin had already started grinding way up here, and so had Purecoin way up here off of its lows. Meanwhile, XRP still dancing around in here at this time, being the laggard and the last one to take off at that time during that bull run. Same thing happened over here in 2017. Now we have Dash included in here as well, but you can see that once this market was really taken off, Purecoin was already taken off, Dash was taking off, and Litecoin and XRP were the laggards to take off at that time, and then it was out of there. And then, of course, again, in the end of 2017 bull run, the second bull run of 2017, it did it once again. It was still 50% below its all-time high, and then took off way back out here after that big knockback happened on Bitcoin. Once again, parabolic rise, big knockback, then XRP fired off. But at that same time, you could see right here that Litecoin was just grinding and grinding and grinding and already taking off. Same thing going on with Dash. Same thing going on with Purecoin, taking out its previous all-time high already by this time, with XRP being the last one. So unfortunate, fortunate, however you want to view it, XRP has a tendency to be the laggard and to be one of the last ones. We were kind of hoping that wouldn't be the case right here, and we kind of just have to say, well, has this happened before? Are we doing something unusual in regards to being super low, whereas the rest of the market is starting to really grind its way up? And unfortunately, it's not unusual. It has happened before, but at the same time, you're getting a lot of confirmations of this market really starting to break to the upside. Meanwhile, XRP is still just sitting way down there. But a fair market valuation appears to be for XRP would be above $1 right now. And if you included Ethereum in the total altcoin market cap, a fair valuation at this exact moment in time, a snapshot of right now, it's about $2.35. And yet we're sitting down here in the 32s. So while we kind of wait on a lot of the things to kind of clear up with XRP, the things that I'm really looking for over here are going to be watching Bitcoin. I'm really watching to see this moment. Throughout history in 2013 and 2017, the alt seasons began after Bitcoin had a big fat crash. Question is it starting yet? I'm leaning towards it not starting yet, and that there still is another push to the upside to go. But that's the big thing that we're waiting for this big rotation to happen, and for that money to really just start pumping into all of those altcoins. So while these 20, 30, 40% pumps that we're seeing throughout the market, they're exciting, they're cute. I'm here for thousands of percentage points. I'm here for a party of thousands of percentage points. I'm not here for a party of 32-cent XRP. I'm here for a party of $10 plus XRP. So that's the thing that for me, I'm saying to myself, that's what I'm looking for to happen. I'm waiting for that big moment in Bitcoin to have that really big fall, and then going to have all eyes on XRP to see it really take off after that. And then we'll see what kind of narrative changes potentially happen during that time. We're looking for things to really clear up. We're looking for optimism. I'm wishing the best for everybody. I'm wishing the best for Ripple. I'm wishing the best for XRP, and I'm wishing the best for all of you, and I'm wishing the best for me. So in the end, all eyes on Bitcoin, waiting for that big fall, but I still think there is a push to the upside that will happen first. But either way, that's what we're waiting on, big fall in Bitcoin. So I'll keep this one pretty quick, and I want to thank you guys so much for watching my channel. I wanted to give you guys a little bit of a weekend update. I had people messaging me yesterday saying, where's the video at? I do usually take at least a day or two off on the weekends. That is pretty normal for this channel. It's been ridiculously busy the last couple of months, and there's just been so much action all the time. But I found kind of an opportunity to take a break yesterday, and I took it, and I wanted to just give you a little update on what I see today. Still a lot of the same stuff from last week, but this coming week forward, we'll dive into more of what happened back in 2013 and 2017 in regards to that really big pullback in Bitcoin, what happened to the altcoins during that time. They did pull back with Bitcoin, and then how that led into the alt season. So that's what we're going to kind of focus on this coming week, and getting ready and prepared for that moment and seeing how the markets played out in the past. So I'm going to wrap this up. If you'd like to check out my website, you can over here, bcbacker.com. It's where I do have my course. As I mentioned over the last week, I did add a lot of updates in here, some part 2 progress updates. I also did add a section down in here, chart for tracking multiple altcoin percentage changes. If you're anything like me, you've accumulated a lot of altcoins throughout the last couple of years. Some people are new to this market, maybe they haven't, but I have, and I need to do some portfolio consolidation and really rotation to get my stuff down. And I thought I'd just share the chart that I use, in addition to the spreadsheet that I have on there for my rebalancing and my consolidation. So that's one of the tools that I use, and I thought I would just kind of walk you through how I use it and how to set it up. Otherwise, progress updates are in here. This is available to everybody who's already enrolled in the course and available to anybody who does sign up for the course. It's still $39. Check it out on bcbacker.com. You can follow me over here on Twitter at bcbacker, and I want to thank you guys so much for watching my channel. If you could, please like this video and give it a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can be notified of when I create new content and when I go live. As always, this is not investment advice and I am not a financial advisor, but if you ever need a pick me up or a little bit of reassurance, just remember that the blockchain backers got your back. Have a good one.